Good day everyone. So for today's video, we are going to introduce the different types of cultural values of different countries and different regions. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy watching. So let's define first what is culture and values. Culture is a multidimensional and dynamic part of development since it crosses and intersects with many different sectors and social groups. It is more than just these intersections. It is also a historical and contemporary interface that influences how people go forward into the future. It is the way of life of cultures whose stories, experiences, knowledge, beliefs, and custom have shaped their way of life. Values, on the other hand, are the foundation of people's decisions and are defined as a group or community's common belief or ideal about what is good or terrible, desirable or unwanted, acceptable or unacceptable. In other words, cultural values are the fundamental ideas and ideals that a community is built on, protects, and relies on for its survival and harmonious relationships. Since you know already what is cultural values, let's now discover the different cultural values of different countries or region. First, we have United States. We all know that American people value independence, equality, and being on time. And of course, you will also discover why Americans are direct and informal and why competitions are all important in the USA. Independence is one of America's core values. Individualism is a term used to describe self-reliance or the ability to care for oneself. Is something Americans take pride in, and they believe others should do the same. For example, American children tend to leave the home earlier than in other cultures. For example, after graduating high school means children move out to go to college or start working. If they continued to live at home, they might be asked to pay rent or contribute to the house. Privacy. Americans treasure their own space and privacy, while liking privacy may be considered a negative quality in some cultures. Many Americans enjoyed alone time and may be cautious about some things. For example, in public, Americans frequently give each other more space than those from other cultures. They usually stand with a gap between them, around the length of an extended hands. Directness. The United States is known for being direct. This means they will frequently express their opinions and will be straightforward in expressing their desires. In America, being assertive is viewed positively. For example, if an American disagrees with your opinion during a conversation, they maybe express their disagreement. This does not imply that they dislike you. Rather, it implies that they have a different perspective on you. Equality. All men are created equal, declares the U.S. Declaration of Independence. while some Americans do not always treat all citizens equally. Many Americans believe firmly in equality. For example, teachers should treat all students equally in the classrooms. No student should be given an advantage. One of the American values is informality. The American way of life is frequently casual and relaxed. For example, Americans commonly greet others with hi or hello, and you use the same greeting whether you're speaking with your son or your teacher. There are no formal and informal greetings in the language. One of the American values is competitions. Americans are competitive by nature and frequently work hard to achieve their objectives. Americans are often busy due to competition. Many Americans believe that competition is beneficial. Lastly, American values include efficiency and time management. Time extremely valuable to Americans. If they believe someone or something has wasted their time, Americans may become irritated.
Hi, this is Chrisma Belgi Quintana. So what we're discussing in this video was about the cultural values of different countries. And I'm going to share some information about this country called Japan. This is the flag of Japan. Japan is an island country in East Asia. It is situated in the Northwest Pacific Ocean and is bordered on the west by the Sea of Japan. The phrases used in everyday encounters represent the Japanese values, which smooth relationships and acknowledge the presence of others. Everyone knows the exact thing to say before and after the meals, which is itadakimasu and gojiso sama deshita. Itadakimasu means let's eat or bon appetit, while gojiso sama deshita means thanks for the food, I appreciate the food, or I appreciate the one who make the food. Everyone knows what to say when leaving home, arriving at school or work, and when parting with someone and meeting them again no matter where they go in Japan. As you enter a store, restaurant, bank, or post office, the entire staff greets you with irashaimase, which means welcome to the store or welcome to the restaurant. And when you depart, they shower you with arigato gozaimasu, which means thank you. That's all for the Japan's cultural values, and I hope you learned something about this video. Thank you.
Good day. I will introduce the country of Norway. Norway is located in Northern Europe on the northern and western part of the Scandinavian peninsula. The flag of Norway, its cross symbolizes Christianity. The blue color symbolizes the association with Sweden, and while red is for Denmark. The tricolor denotes Norway's independence. Norwegian culture is egalitarian. Egalitarian means that we are all equal. Some of the values are tolerance, respect, and equality. Norwegian dining etiquette often require that you use utensils such as spoon, fork, um, and chopstick, and knife. Knife when having a meal. Their personal space is respected, and so individuals stand well apart. And that's all for Norway.
Hi, I am Roshanti Nicole Pineda and I am here to share about the core values of this country called Thailand. So in Thailand, often referred to as the land of smiles, it is renowned for the welcoming and warm disposition of its culture and people. Being a historically autonomous Asian kingdom and is significantly influenced by its tradition. The culture is also accommodating of contemporary practices and values, and also many Thai people have embraced progressive ideas as their country has globalized. There are 12 core values of Thais. First is the love of the three tenets of the nation, religion, and the monarchy. Second is the honesty, sacrifice, patience. Third is the gratitude and obedience towards one's parents, guardians, and teachers. Fourth is a pursuit of knowledge, both directly and indirectly. 5 is to preserve Thai traditions in a good way. 6 is the morality and kindness to others. 7. Understanding and knowledge of a constitutional monarchy. 8 is the discipline, obeying the law, respecting elders. 9 is the sensibility, knowing how to think, knowing what to do. 10 is the knowing how to live one's life under the sufficiency economy theory. 11 is a strong mind, not yielding to dark forces. And lastly, working towards the common good rather than personal gain.
Good day everyone, this is Timothy James Lim. For today's video, I will tackle and discuss to you the cultural values of France. So, listen and watch to learn about the cultural values of France. So, enjoy and let's go. France, this is their flag and map picture. So, France. We all know that the French are very often hidden aspect of a culture that may not seem obvious, that are not discovered only after staying in their country or others boundary of their country for an extended period of time. So next we tackle about the culture values. So now I will discuss the three culture values of France or French. This is the three values of French, which is liberty, equality, and fraternity. So let's start. The France has three values, which is liberty and equality and fraternity. It reflects the values of French society. Equality and unity are important to the French. The people in France also value style and sophistication, and they take pride in the beauty and artistry of their country. And also the families is also highly valued in France culture. So let's tackle the first value, which is liberty. The liberty statue here, it symbolizes the freedom of people in France to speak what they want, and no one others force them to speak what they want. So next is the equality. This is the picture of equality in France. The equality nation is defined as being composed of persons in France with gender rights and equal rights. So last is the fraternity. This is the picture of fraternity in France. Fraternity in France means friendship and support, but also as brotherhood. And that's all for me. So I hope you learn something about me, and bye-bye.
So now guys, we will now talk about the different cultures of China. But first, let's talk about what is China. Well, China is the world's third biggest country by territory, and it has the largest population. It's home to one of the oldest civilizations on Earth with a unique and sophisticated culture. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the world. It has developed a record speed to become the second largest economy in the and it holds innumerable attractions for tourists to explore. China is also the world's fastest growing economy, and China is also called the factory of the world because it is the world's largest producer of concrete, steel, fertilizer, clothing, and toys. Now we will talk about the different cultures about China. China is known for its strong family system. Traditionally, the Chinese family had well-defined rules for different family members. For them, elders were supposed to be respected and followed as unquestioningly. In Chinese cultures, elders are viewed as source of wisdom and spirituality, and they are respected to the extent that questioning their authority is considered offensive. Chinese are also following many beliefs. For example, in the word lucky. In colors, they believe that the red color means good luck and happiness. They also believe in lucky numbers like number 8, 6, and 9. For them, it means well off or becoming rich in no time. And their unlucky number is 4 because in their pronunciation it is similar to death.
Good day everyone, I'm Jose Cortez. Today we will talk about what Australian values are. Australian values based on freedom, respect, fairness, and equal opportunity are central of our community. Remaining a secure, prosperous, and peaceful place to live. Australia's history heavily influenced its lifestyle today. And Australia's first and oldest stories belong to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people. Their diverse languages, philosophies, and histories form the oldest surviving culture on the earth, and that stretches back millennia. We have here 3 Australian values. First, we have the mutual respect. Showing respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people can be demonstrated by seeking opinions for a wide range of elders and other community members. Respect refers to the way of individual treats others. Next is tolerance. The Australian culture is tolerant one. You can cope with any different attitudes to life, work, and the family. But there are a few basic tenets of life in Australia to which immigrants must adjust themselves. Last is equality of opportunity for all, or for everyone. Australians value equality of opportunity and what is often called a fair go. This means that what someone achieves in life should be a product of their talents, work, and efforts rather than their birth of favoritism. Australians have a spirit of egalitarianism that embraces mutual respect, tolerance, and fair play. That's all for today. Thank you.
Hello, I am James Patrick Sila. I will talk about Filipino cultural values. Since we are done in discovering the fascinating cultural values of different countries, let's go ahead and explore our own cultural value, our home. The Philippines. Filipino value is a term that refers to the Filipinos. Common assumption and ideas that guide their responses to fact, events, and situations. Filipino ideas serve as filters through which Filipino view the world. Since Filipino are grouped into many island, dialects, and ethnic groups, some values may be emphasized more than in one group than other.
Let's go ahead and know some of our known cultural values. The first one is pakikisama. Pakikisama refers to an interpersonal relationship where people are friendly with each other. To be with someone and to get along with each other indicate basic human friendliness and affinity. The fact that this tendency was the most taken up in Filipino trait studies means that Filipinos are friendly and feel strong affinity toward others. Pakikisama is a basic tendency of our Filipinos and expressed in their private lives, their public workplace, and in their relationship with their neighborhoods. The second one is hiya. The Tagalog of word hiya indicates shame, disgrace, embarrassment, sense of modesty, and manners, and loose to face. The word involves inadequacy, anxiety, feeling of timidity, and reservation. The trait is characterized by Filipinos' low sense of values as an individual and independence, as well as deference to authority. The implication of term hiya include cases when a child is bashful, embarrassment one feels when a sudden visitor comes into the house is not really clean or there is not suitable meal ready welcome to the visitor. Kahiya-hiya. One will feel an obligation to apologize or at least explain why the house is not really clean. In addition, people who cannot repay an obligation or have not yet returned the favor are said to feel hiya. The third one trait is taken out. As a Filipino, trait was utang na loob, which means is inner depth of gratitude. This is the tendency to feel grateful to person who has extended a kindness to them. The term indicates deeply gratitude towards the person who has extended kindness and heartfelt wish to repay for that kindness. Typical example of this trait will be seen when a family member is saved in times of disaster such as war, fire, typhoons. To the person who saved, she cannot immediately or fully repay the person who saved her. This person will feel that he or she can never repay with mere material items. One will feel utang na loob the strongest in these cases. Fourth is close family ties. Filipinos are said to value and take care good of our family. Although there are times when family ties are so strong that they lead to conflicts between other families. These conflicts also paradoxically represent the closeness of Filipino family members. It is ordinary for Filipino to take care of their aging parent at home. This family orientation makes every member develop a feeling of belongingness and sense of safety and security. Fifth is bahala na. Or in the other term is bahala na si Batman. In situation that becomes problematic or unable to be resolved, and one ends up in a tight corner, Filipino will usually say, bahala na, or come what may indicates the tendency of Filipino to resign oneself into the hands of destiny or fate. Filipino believe that is the work fate and that they have no control over their destiny. Their struggling life must be endured because it is the will of God. They merely have their either swerte, good luck, or malas, bad luck. Bahala na may seem to be a passive tendency, believing that one has no control over their fate, being passive to negative consequences from an action and being perceived as reluctant in taking action. But there are indicators that it actually represents the bravery of Filipinos to put themselves into the hands of fate and risk danger. The brave tendency of the Filipino to take action encourages Filipinos to tackle negative circumstances and fears in order to achieve their goal and ambitions. This generates an optimistic tendency to leave things to chance. This is a positive but daring circumstance that may something lead to frustration and desperation. However, there is always the chance for success. 6 is amor proprio. Amor proprio means self-esteem, with the meaning expanding to confidence, pride, strength, competence, and aptitude. That one is a useful and necessary asset to the world. Amor proprio represent the need of the Filipino to be treated as a person, not as an object. In other words, it is a desire to be not care of an organization, but a person who will move the organization. 7 is bayanihan. This trait involves cooperation and bonding with people. Bayanihan is the people value that denotes camaraderie among the people in community and helping one another with time need of Filipino proverb that depicts this value is sama-sama, kayang-kaya. If we are together, we can do it. Etymologically speaking, bayanihan comes from Tagalog word bayani, which means hero. Bayanihan therefore represents spontaneous activeness to heroically help others, and bayanihan spirit indicates the bonding of team members' feelings in order to achieve a particular goal. The fact the word hero does not link with authority, but with the result of cooperation show that this is Filipino trait of mutual supporting nature. This trait is not limited to camaraderie or groups, but also involves tending help in urgent situation to those who are in desperate need. 8. Hospitality. Filipino hospitality is a trait that refers to the warm welcome that the Filipino gives to the visitor who come to his or her home, especially stranger and foreigner as mentioned in the section for pakikisama. Filipinos are friendly people by nature, especially to foreigner, and they offer great hospitality to visitor. This kindness of the Filipino is the one of reason they are loved by tourists. It is easy to imagine that this hospitality will be exhibited not only when foreigners come to the Philippines, but also when Filipinos go to the foreign country to work social reporter and caregiver. 9 is Ningas Kogon. Ningas Kogon indicates a tendency to be enthusiastic when beginning something, but eventually losing the enthusiasm after time. At the beginning of the task, energy and enthusiasm will gain speed to reach a climax. But when the case is to be more excitement or challenge in the task, one will lose interest and passion to be easily warm up, but just as easily cooled down explains the Filipino traits of Ningas Kogon. Example in this picture. Akala ko ba, pupunuin mo muna yan? And the guy said, hindi, okay na to. Pagod na ako mag-ipon eh. Lastly, respect for elderly. Filipinos show that utmost respect for the elderly, and the elderly are shown great consideration and care. This is the base on deep love felt towards the elderly. For Filipinos, it's natural to care for elderly and in their own home. This is an act of paying respect to the elderly. Yan. The picture shown pagmamano. Pagmamano is showing respect from the others. Giving respect for the others.